Okay, the card for this week, April 28th through May 4th, Recovery into Grace. Look familiar? We might have had this card a couple of weeks ago, which is not a good sign. So I talked about the last time that we had this card, I talked about how we accumulate trauma and what we have to do to move through that. It might be things along the lines of talk therapy. It might be a modality, a movement, something about the energy. Just we have to figure out what that is. So this, when we talked about this card last week, it was all about the discovery of what were the issues that you needed to work through, and then how do we grow through that. And I remember making the point, and think that it's important to make the point again, that no matter what you have been through, what has been done to you, maybe even what that has caused you to do to yourself or to do to other people, no matter what the case, you not only have the right, but you also deserve to grow through that. You have the right and you deserve to grow through that. You get to move through those things and into joy and into happiness. So for me to pull this card again, after just having pulled it a couple of weeks ago, tells me that we probably brought something to the surface that we needed to deal with, but we didn't dig deep enough. Maybe we sort of ripped off the Band-Aid, but did not quite get to the point that we needed to in order to heal this. And I also want to point out that this card is called Recovery into Grace. It is very specifically about dealing with the end of something. So that might be a relationship, a career, a loss, a decision that you have to make, but it is definitely about the loss of something. Sometimes that is awful. It might be the loss of a loved one, the ending of a relationship, whether that maybe is with a partner or a friend or a family member, something that just isn't serving you any longer. Maybe you've come to the conclusion that your career is no longer fulfilling and that maybe you need something more or something different. That's okay. You get to do those things. I'll share that for me, the last couple weeks have been about deciding not only what I want, but what I'm no longer willing to accept, because it comes back to what do I deserve? I've had just a couple of things, too many things that have hit me hard all at the same time. And what I came to realize is this: I deserve better. It might have taken me 51 years to get to this point, but what I know today is that I deserve to be treated with love, with kindness, with respect, and I have come to the conclusion that I am done doing all of the things for all of the people all of the time and not getting that kind of care in return. I have actually considered leaving my marriage, my career, even the state that I live in, all in a quest to find a life that I deserve. That has led me to some really difficult and challenging conversations. I'm not one to shy or to be shy about that. And so I've been really open with the people that would be impacted about these decisions, about what it is that I'm not getting. And thankfully, I'm lucky enough that those people care about me and seem to want me to stay in their lives. And so we're working through those things and we're making those decisions together. But something else that is what I mentioned last time again is that you have these past traumas, you have current traumas, things that you need to work through, decisions that you need to make. If you just aren't sure what is going to fix this situation that you are in, or not knowing which direction do you take, because there's so many options, so many things that you can do to work through those. There are lots of things to try. You can go to counseling or therapy of some sort. You can try walking and journaling. And I've talked about this. It's one of my favorite things to do. When you put those two things together, that energy becomes very powerful. You could try meditating or Qigong, or you could work with me. Come to the next Sister Circle, work through my self-care workshop. Let's work together one-on-one. If even then you're not sure about all of those things, what do you do? Then let's set up a strategy call and see where you go from there. That's no charge. Just hit me up and we will spend 15 or 20 minutes talking about where you're at and where you need to go so that you get to live your best, do your best, feel your best, be your best. That is what this is all about. It is about creating your joy, your happiness. That is the one thing that I want you to take away from this conversation right here, right now. You have the right and you deserve to grow through this, to find your joy, to find your happiness. I love you. I'll see you soon.